Mobile's in its position now, arms have been folded out. Horses have finished their preliminary. 6-horse field. Hoping to qualify as number 2, She's a Sailor, and also number 5, San Antonio Rose. Hoping to do one more trial to get back into the races. Number 3, Fetch It. As the mobile sets on its journey now for these trotters. Heading to the front straight, they better be let go. Green light, and they're off and trotting. Coming out pretty well on the outside was My High Peak, also with Fetch It and Caesar and the Chook. But My High Peak is racing away now for Taylor French. It's going to get the lead pretty easily. In second position now is Fetch It for Alan Tormey. Also with Violetta Gift is going to go three back the pegs. The Chook is going to go 4 back, and the 5 back is San Antonio Rose for Stuart Rothiger, and back last of all is She's a Sailor. They all found the positions pretty easily now. They're all in file. There's about 2 groups of 3 horses making the way into the back straight first of 2 times. They're going to pass that mile marker. The tempo is pretty solid. They're fairly spread out. And it's My High Peak in front for Taylor French, hoping to lead all the way. In his second position is Fetch It for Alan Tormey. So back the pegs is Violetta Gift for Luke Bryant. Another about 10 metres off it is the Chook for Dylan Marshall. Gone off stride there was San Antonio Rose for Stuart Rothiger. And going in the second last now is She's a Sailor for Peter Salathiel. As they're making the way around the corner now, heading into the front straight. The tempo is still pretty solid. They're still fairly spread out for these trotters as they're making their way into the front straight. They're going to get their bell for the 21.50 here for the 3-year-old and over, and it's My High Peak in front. Still in the second position now is Fetch It, also with Violetta Gift. The Chook is still in the 4th position and is still trying to catch up. Back in the second last is She's a Sailor, and San Antonio Rose is back last of all. They're passing that bell now. The tempo is still pretty solid as they're making their way around the corner, approaching 100 metres, heading the outer round park back straight for the final time. And it's still My High Peak in front. Fetch is still in behind that leader. To back the pegs is still Violetta Gift for Luke Bryan. Catched up a little bit now was the Chook. Also with She's a Sailor. And San Antonio Rose is still back last of all. So making the way in the back straight for the final time. And it's still My High Peak in front. Now pulled out one, making the moves was Violetta Gift. In the second position, in the third position is still Fetch It. As they're up in the tempo really quickly now, as Violetta Gift is putting the pressure on, and it's made My High Peak gallop. So Violetta Gift is now in front. In the second position now is Fetch It. My High Peak is still galloping now as they're passing the 400 metres round in the Great Ocean Road Real Estate home turn, heading in the front straight for the final time. And it's still Violetta Gift. Fetch It is still in behind that leader, is hoping to pull out a go up the sprint lane. Going back down to a trot now was My High Peak, also with the Chook, as they're making their way into the front straight for the final time. On the outside, making the moves was Fetch It, trying to put a pressure on for Violetta Gift. Violetta Gift and Fetch It on the outside. Violetta Gift on the inside, still got its nose in front. Violetta Gift and Fetch It. Fetch It on the outside, having a late dive, and I think Fetch It put its nose in front. Fetch It, also with Violetta Gift in the second. Coming into third was My High Peak after having a little bit of gallop, and the Chook into fourth, also with She's a Sailor, and back last of all was San Antonio Rose.